Hi, this is Matthew Perosi with JWAG. I'm here in Bordeaux, France. Behind me is Palais Gallium, the remains of a Roman amphitheater that dates back to 56 BC. This is segment 2 of my e-commerce presentation that I recorded at the JCK show in June 2013. What you'll find here should be actionable for several years to come. I split the hour-long presentation into 7 segments so it would be easier to watch. Let me pause for a moment to give you a chance to jump to one of the other segments before getting into this one. In this segment, you'll find out that there is a time and a place for vendor-created websites. Let's see.
I would have jewelers who would come up to me this time of year and say, I want a website up by December. And well, tomorrow is June 1st. That's 6 months. In reality, no, not going to happen. There's a 0% chance that you can have an e-commerce website, e-commerce with the online sales, the credit card processing, and everything else that's involved with it. There's a 0% chance you can have an e-commerce website launched by the holiday season this year. December 1st is going to be 6 months away from today, and as I've already said, it takes 9 months to even get a decent one done. You can put a sloppy website up within 6 months, and then use this upcoming holiday season as kind of a testing the waters to see how it'll work, but you probably won't have any sales. Probably going to have a lot of people who leave your site because it was done incorrectly, but you could rush through it. Now, on the other hand, if you want to skip the e-commerce part, you can probably get a website up and running and use it to attract more foot traffic to your store. But don't expect to be able to sell online come December this year. One option that you could use if you want to try to rush and get a website up by the holiday season this year is what I refer to as a vendor-created website or a microsite. Now, there are a lot of vendors who have very large product lines who have figured out that they can provide to you a very simple to set up website, and they provide it to all of their jewelers. They look the same, change the color, change the logo. They're cookie cutter websites, they're template websites. And these vendors have such a diverse product line that they can just load a few thousand items onto your website, and overnight, practically, it looks like you have a website with 5,000 items. So they get you online fast, and they push their own library of products. Sometimes, depending on which vendor you use, you can get other vendors to load your products into one website that a vendor supplies. But many times, every vendor has their own individual set, and you can't add even your own inventory into it. So these are great stepping stones to get started with getting a website on live, but there's no ownership, and you really have no control over the code or the functionality because they are cookie cutter websites designed for the masses. And there's also no advanced search engine optimization. And for those of you that don't know, search engine optimization, or SEO for short, is the process by which you add information onto your website so that search engines find it, and then they match it up with the keywords that people type into Google or Bing. So when information on your website matches what people search for, then the search engines will show your website in the results, and then hopefully those people will visit your website. So the search engine optimization process is a bit tedious and usually can't be done in a vendor-provided website. Question?
Yeah, we're currently dealing in this situation. It's almost a T to what you're saying. And what we found with some of these vendors are that when we do their microsites and we connect to them, then you can't use your credit processing information because they can't, transition your item and then use the credit card system from the other vendor that actually set the site up. So that's what we're running into right now.
Yeah, that actually happens a lot. Some of the vendors, there are a couple of vendors, they have a microsite or a templated website, and what they do is they will make the sale, they will, you don't have to carry any product in your store, just carry some products. They'll do the fulfillment, which is the going into the warehouse, picking the item, shipping it, shipping it to the customer. They send you a commission check rather than you actually processing the sale. Some vendors work like that. Others will be the intermediary to process a credit card, and then all the money goes through your bank. When you deal with a Amazon, if you're using Amazon to upload products, you'll find different credit card issues. But for every vendor you work with is going to have different policies. Yeah, thank you. As I said, if you wanted to get a website up by the holiday season this year, this is kind of a rush situation, so a vendor website would be the way to do it. They're also low budget, so instead of spending $20,000 that first 9 months, a lot of times these vendor-provided websites will be free if you have a buy-in. Like you could have a $7,500 buy-in of a product line to put in your store, and they will say, hey, you can have a website for free. Of course, then they'll charge you a monthly stipend for maintenance. But there's also minimal work on your part. If you are a 1 or 2 person jewelry store and you really want to put a website up with products, this is probably the way to go because you won't be able to handle the other things that I'm going to work towards showing you.